Hi everyone, welcome to week 3 of our college football pick series. Last week we went 8-6, bringing our total record to 19-16. So you're making money betting with me. We go looking into our Thursday night game. TCU, the Horned Frogs, travel to Lubbock to take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Texas Tech is looking to have a big start to Cliff Kingsbury's Big 12 coaching debut. Well, the Horned Frogs are without Casey Paul Hall, who broke an arm, so they're turning to Tavon Boykin. I still think that the Horned Frogs are going to be too much for the Red Raiders. I'm going to lay the 3 points and take the Horned Frogs. Moving into the Saturday games, Ole Miss travels to Texas to take on the Longhorns, who were absolutely just dominated by BYU last week, giving up over 500 yards rushing. Firing the defensive coordinator, Manny Diaz, I still think the Longhorns cover the 3 points here. I think they blow out Ole Miss like they did last year, putting up big numbers. They got 19 starters back. I expect a similar result. I think that they have a big running game, and I think that Robert Nardicci is not going to play that big a factor when you consider the Longhorns beat the Rebels by 35 last year. Take the Longhorns. I think it's a big overreaction, not that people are going to be jumping off the Texas bandwagon. Don't take the Longhorns. Move to number 20, Wisconsin, taking on Arizona State. Badgers, 5.5-point dogs. I say take the Badgers. I think the Badgers are just going to find a way to cover this one. I don't know if they win. I think Arizona State is a good team, but I think that Wisconsin's going to find some way to cover this game. I think that this is a field goal game. Going to our next game, Louisville, in-state battle with Kentucky, traveling up to take on the Wildcats. 14-point favorites. Take Teddy Bridgewater and the Cardinals. I just don't see how this Kentucky defense can stop them. Move to a rematch from last year. Number 16, UCLA, travels to Nebraska to take on the Cornhuskers. I say take the points like last year and bet on Brett Hundley. 4.5-point underdogs, take the points, UCLA Bruins. Moving into the biggest game of the weekend, Texas A&M hoping to pull off the same thing they did last year, beat number 1 Alabama. This time they host the game, are 8-point underdogs. Take the points this year. I just think that there's no way Johnny Manziel loses this game by more than 8 points. I think that at worst they lose by a touchdown. I figure this is going to be a field goal game either way. Take the points, take the Aggies. Going into a Pac-12 battle with the SEC, Tennessee travels to Oregon to take on the Ducks. I think the Tennessee is one of the worst teams in the SEC. Take Oregon. Give the 27.5 points. I think they cover this one. I just don't think the Tennessee has the speed and physicality to match the Ducks. Moving to the biggest spread of the week, Nevada Wolfpack traveling to Florida and Tallahassee to take on the Seminoles. I think number 10, Florida State, behind Jameson Winston, beat the Wolfpack easily. Lay the 35.5 points. Yes, I know it's a big spread, but I just don't see how the Wolfpack stop them or put up points. Going into a Pac-12 Big Ten battle, Washington travels to Illinois, take on the Fighting Illini. Huskies, 9.5 points favorites. Lay the points. Yes, Washington is not the greatest team on the road and always seems to have their breakout seasons collapse on the road, but I think that Steve Skarskasian and Keith Price will buck the trend and win this one by 10. We go to another Pac-10 Big 12 game. This time the Ohio State Buckeyes travel to Cal to take on the Bears. They say take the Buckeyes even if Braxton Miller doesn't play. Give the 14.5 points. His backup has looked great anytime he's been called upon. Take the Buckeyes, give 14.5. I think they win that one easily. Going now to an SEC battle, Vanderbilt plus 13.5, traveling to South Carolina, take on the Gamecocks and Javian Clowney. I say take the Vanderbilt Commodores plus 13.5. I just don't trust Connor Shaw to win this game big. So I think that Vanderbilt needs to bounce back after losing their first SEC game to Ole Miss. So take the 13.5 points. Move to the Fighting Irish, traveling to Purdue to take on the Boilermakers. I say Notre Dame's ranked 21, give the 21 points. Take the Fighting Irish. We move into our final game. The Western Michigan Broncos travel to Northwestern to take on the Wildcats. Lay the 31 points. Yes, Western Michigan covered against Michigan State, but Kane Coulter is a far superior quarterback to Andrew Maxwell. The Northwestern is very well coached. I think this will be an easy cover for the Wildcats. Take the Wildcats minus 31. And those are my picks for Week 3 in the NCAA. Thanks for watching.